Alright, we're live with another episode of Tavern Talk. And in this episode, we're just going to be talking about basically everything that happened this past weekend. So, Nina's going to join me in a second. She's having a little trouble getting into the game. But let's go ahead and do like a little bit talking about what actually went on this weekend. So basically, we started off the weekend on Friday, not really knowing that anything big was going to happen. We saw that Sea of Thieves started posting this image or a video. I don't remember if it was an image or a video. And it was this orb. Not an orb, it was a snow globe. It's the same lantern you can get in the free pass this season. And it was really interesting. I didn't really pay much attention to it because it was just that image with a Twitch link. And I was at work when this started, so I was like, oh, I'll just kind of, you know, not worry about it. And later that night, I went on to it, I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, what's going on here? Found out they were doing Twitch drops throughout the whole day, and they were rating different streamers throughout the day, and if you went to that streamer that they rated, you could get Twitch drops for that 30 minutes that they were watching them. So it was a really interesting event. I have a lot of thoughts on it. We're going to talk about it later on in tonight's episode, but they also dropped some teasers for Season 6. At least we think it's Season 6. We'll get into that. And they dropped some, like, teaser videos of Flameheart Jr. talking. So, we'll talk about all of that, but, yeah, let's get into it. So...
Flameheart Jr.
Yeah, Flameheart Jr.
That's so funny.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to see just like a little tiny version of Flameheart, and just like him come up with a squeaky voice, just like, "Hey, are you running out of supplies? I think your supplies are dwindling."
Yellowstone, I see a new forest coming on the horizon.
You puny pirate legends, I'ma kill you. Yeah. So anyways, usually or at least what I was trying to do for these podcasts is have more of like one topic, two topics, and three topics. Like, so we talk about one thing, then move on to the next. For this, everything that's happened this weekend, I think we're gonna have to do it like all together, basically, because it's just so much that's like intertwined with each other that there's no real way to like separate it. So let's first talk about the Twitch drops. They released 30 different rewards throughout the whole event, and this event lasted from Friday morning all the way till like about 12 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So this event, and this was going 24 hours a day, and it was pretty interesting to say the least. A lot of people were complaining that they didn't know about what was going on. I think that's fine. I think that was the point. Because if they just said, hey, we're going to release these items at whatever time, it would kind of lose the magic of the event, in my mind.
Just trying to catch everyone off guard, be like, surprise, here you go.
Yeah, it's basically what they were trying to do. And I think what I thought about this event... Ooh, I just realized there was an echo. Can I fix that?
I've been trying to figure out what that echo's from.
It was from my phone because I have it to pull it up so I can see the chat. Sorry, y'all. Anyways. What was I talking about?
You're talking about the element of surprise of these drops.
Yes. So the way I looked at this event was that it was similar to the black hole event that Fortnite did, going from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2. No one really knew what was going on. They kind of just started doing this, and they just had this black hole. Whereas Sea of Thieves had the snow globe. And I really thought it was really cool with the snow globe, where it did this like transition, where you zoomed into it to go to the different streamer that they were rating, or to see the Flameheart Jr. whatever stuff that they were talking about. I thought it was really cool how they did that. And they put a lot of effort into this event. The thing I didn't like about the Twitch drops is that I feel like it was bad for people's health, not gonna lie. Because I made you kind of like in the feeling that you can't leave the Twitch stream or else you're gonna miss out on something. And I'm fine with that for like the lore standpoint because you can like get that back later. You can like go on YouTube and watch it. Like they're all on the channel here. You can even see it on their Twitch channel. They have them all listed there. What I didn't like was that, like, say, if you wanted whatever reward, you didn't know it was going to come out, but you kind of hoped it would. It didn't come... You didn't know when it was going to be, so you basically had to watch the whole stream for the 3 days straight if you wanted to try to get it. And I remember hopping into the chat sometime and I'd see people like, I don't want to fall asleep or else I'm going to miss something. I don't know, you know, what do you have? Do you have any thoughts on this? Yuna?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, my mom was talking to me, so I had myself muted. I completely zoned out.
Okay, then. I was asking if you had any thoughts on, like, I don't know if I would say mental health, but just, like, the well-being of, like, the Sea of Thieves people that were just, like, watching this for 3 days straight because they didn't want to miss out on any of the drops and stuff.
I mean, when I thought about it, like, because I was on a trip, that's why we had to postpone the podcast, and I was just thinking, oh my god, I can't get anything because I don't know the time, and also I have, like, a lot of stuff to do, and I was, like, internally freaking out, like, want this kind of. I hope at least Parker gets it, because that means we both kind of have it.
Well, the good thing for me was I had a majority of the rewards already. At least these rewards weren't like new Twitch drops. They were basically old Twitch drops that they just kind of did all together. So I had all the Ori stuff. I think they had another set that came out. That set wasn't too old. And then the one that I didn't have everything for was the Omen set, which is the Gears of War one. So I was happy that I got the sails and the figurehead, but I missed the hole and the flag, which I was a little upset about. But what can you do?
It is what it is.
I'm happy this event happened. I thought it was really fun to see, but I find it just a bit weird. Not weird. I just think it's I just don't think it was great for people's health. Like, I thought it was gonna be just a nice chill weekend, but then you got everyone that's like panicking, like, I gotta stay up or else I might miss the drop. And you know, you didn't experience the drops, so I'll explain a little bit to you.
Okay.
Basically, it wasn't like you could just turn on Sea of Thieves Twitch stream and just let it go and then you'll get the drops later on. Instead, you had to be sitting there, and then when they switched to a new streamer, you had to press a button, go to that streamer, wait the 15 minutes, and then claim it. I believe you had to claim it before the 30 minutes was up. So even if you like went away and came back, say, 45 minutes later, you would have missed it. I think that's how it worked. I'm not sure on that second part, but I know for the first part, you had to be basically there to click and switch to the Twitch streamer that they were featuring. So it wasn't something like, I'm kind of tired now, I can just go to bed and leave it on my computer. Because I was going to try that, and it didn't work. So, yeah, that was the thing that kind of annoying to me.
Oh, yeah. Because I was just reading the chat, and AI was just like, couldn't you have just left your devices on to collect the drops? And I was just thinking, like, for a little bit, yeah. But, like, you said earlier, it's what streams they're watching, so you have to kind of pay attention and be like, oh, now it's time to switch.
Yeah. Alright, so I already talked about how they released 30 rewards. There's a whole list of that on the Sea of Thieves wiki if you want to check that out. I also think I posted it in the descriptions of several of those videos from this past weekend. Let's talk about some of the other stuff that happened. So we had like 3 or 4 different messages from Flameheart Jr. that happened. And each of them were kind of just talking about different things. I'm not going to play on here because they've already been on the channel. I'm sure most of you probably already heard it. Some of them were like about memories and other stuff. There was a few key things you could take out of it, but nothing really comes to mind to me, to be honest. Nothing really stood out. I think it was mostly just kind of to drive up some hype. So I think there's going to be something between Flameheart and Flameheart Jr. and another character, which we'll talk about in a second. And I'm assuming this is going to be about Season 6. Before we get into that, let's talk about how weird it is that they've already started teasing Season 6 when Season 5 just released like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
So weird, honestly. But I feel like it's part of a marketing plan in a way. Be like, you're playing the game in the new season, and a lot of people might be thinking, oh, it's just little updates. Maybe I won't play as much this season. And they're like, no, you gotta keep playing. Because look, Season 6, it's coming.
I thought that as well, and I think the biggest reason is probably because it's Christmas time and a lot of people, a lot of younger people, a lot of kids and stuff are getting off from school either this week or last week, so they were able to watch these streams. I think older people is kind of like, it seemed a little bit more out of the blue, but I think they were trying to plan it for the kids that are on holiday, maybe even the college kids and stuff. Sorry, I'm just having trouble thinking today. But yeah, I don't know. I found it weird because we have like about 2.5 months till Season 6, so it seems really early to me that they would just go ahead and start talking about it. And they dropped a lot of teasers for it, so I guess we should go ahead and get into what they actually teased then, right?
Take it away.
Alright, so I'm gonna go to another screen real quick, y'all.
The waiting time.
Alright, so basically we have the orb here. This is what we've been talking about. If we bring it up, each time we had different things show up after Flameheart Jr. talked. So first we had these helmets show up. These are like, I don't know what you would call them, like the Conquistador Helmet or something. They're kind of interesting. There's 2 of them. I don't know if there's a significance to having 2 of them there. Would you think of anything, Yuna?
Maybe. Okay, if you're gonna ask me, I would have been an English major because I really read into stuff like this. It could be signifying that teamwork, because a lot of people play solo on this game, or they just kind of, they like, what we experience, like, oh, other people, let's go beat them up. It might be signifying, like, you gotta have to work together, like not just one person, but 2 people, and they're both facing opposite ways. So it could be like opposite people on different teams should work together. Like, you gotta learn how to work together in this game. Like, stop that toxic shit.
Yeah. With you saying that, it kind of made me think. I remember when Flameheart Jr. was talking, one of the things he talked about was the Dark Brethren. And if you don't remember that, that is from the Pirates of the Caribbean Tall Tales. And that was the group with Duke, Davy Jones, the Gold Hoarder, all those people, all the villains were together. It's kind of like the Sinister Six with Spider-Man, but in Sea of Thieves. Another thing that you could kind of point out is, since the whole thing is between Flameheart Jr. and Flameheart, the 2 hats could be representing them, and maybe Flameheart Jr. is going to go in a different direction than his father, if we're going by like the 2 are facing different directions point of view.
It could. You never know. Like, that's the great thing and bad thing about stuff like this, is it can allude to almost anything.
Yeah. We have some ruins on the side here. I haven't heard of anyone deciphering these, but these I would assume are like the skeleton text that you see in some of the tall tales. So that's pretty interesting to me. But then the biggest thing that drove my curiosity was over here. So we have this mask, and we also have a Reaper chest. People were I said before that was Reaper bounty because I thought this looked a lot more gold than it is. A lot of people corrected me and said this is a Reaper chest. So I'm interested with the Reaper chest. I think they're gonna open it or something in season 6. Like maybe there'd be something that comes out of it. I don't know. That's what they talked a bit about in one of the teasers. But the mask is what's really interesting to me. This reminds me a lot about the Shroud Breaker. So I think we could maybe see a new tall tale or a quest. I'm hoping it's something more of like a quest rather than a tall tale. Since we just got a bunch of new tall tales recently, I think a quest would be more fun. Where it's kind of like a mix between a tall tale and a voyage. And, yeah.
Maybe. I was just going to say maybe.
So, one interesting thing about this, we already know what this is, this mask. It's called the Veil of the Ancients. And we know that because there's a firework that looks exactly the same as this, and that's what it's called. So, potentially we already know what Season 6 could be named. It could be, you know, Sea of Thieves Season 6, Veil of the Ancients, or whatever. So, those are some things that I found was interesting. Now, the last thing that we can pull out from this is this figure in the background. And I saw a lot of people online talking about saying this is Bella or something. And I didn't really know anything about her. So if we go over to the Sea of Thieves wiki, I was looking a little bit. Apparently, this is someone that has been like in concept art and other stuff in the game since the beginning of Sea of Thieves. And they were originally supposed to be the Pirate Lord. But I guess that got scrapped or something, and they wanted to change their plans for it. So that's pretty interesting. One thing to note is that she's usually promoted by Sea of Thieves alongside Captain Flameheart and the Gold Hoarder. So she might be like in alliance with them rather than, say, like the Pirate Lord that we have and some of the quote-unquote good guys.
Yeah.
I think she's a pretty interesting looking character, though.
Be interesting.
Yeah. So, those are some of the things that I just wanted to pull out from that I found interesting.
Nice.
And
I like her character design though.
yeah, I figured that you would probably like the character design. It's a pretty interesting one. And she has like glowing eyes and all sorts of stuff. So, I'm pretty interested in it. This whole event... Yeah, what were you about to say?
I'm on a sidetrack for a second. What is your character wearing?
It's the Creeping Cold Costume 2 from the Plunder Pass this season.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the second version of the outfit you get. I also have like the coral makeup on and stuff. So.
Yeah, it just looks so weird.
What do you mean? I look stylish. I thought I'd dress up a little bit for tonight.
Okay. Okay, you do you, boo.
So some other stuff that they've been doing for the Festival of Giving is they had like giveaways going on Twitter and stuff. So they've really done a lot this year to make the Festival of Giving like really big and grand. So I think the event was really well done. I think I got a lot of people excited. Every time I went into the Twitch stream, there was roughly about 10,000 viewers at any given time. Whether it's 1 in the morning or 11 a.m. It didn't really matter. And I found that pretty interesting.
That's marketing for you, and that's promoting the game.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos, and not to sidetrack too much, but I was a little disappointed that like, because I don't stream on Twitch, I wasn't allowed to be a part of this really, and they don't really do much for people that stream on YouTube or other platforms, so a little sad by that, but I understand.
I can't understand because I only stream on Twitch.
Yeah, well, you should have streamed this weekend.
Ugh, if only.
If only. Yeah, you would have had like 10,000 people watching you.
Oh my god, that would have been so weird.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think I would know how to react in that situation, just having like 10,000 people would just randomly pop up into my stream.
I'd be like, hey, what's up, bro? Came here to chill and get some free stuff. Yeah, that's the move, eh?
That actually brings up something that I've always been a little bothered with Twitch drops. I don't like how it artificially drives up people's numbers. And I also don't like how they only do it to people that are Sea of Thieves partners. So that's like, I don't remember what the requirement is for Twitch, but I'm pretty sure that on YouTube it's 100,000 subscribers you need. So we're talking like about like the biggest YouTubers and Twitch streamers and just Sea of Thieves content creators in general. I've never really liked Twitch drops because there's two things. One, I feel like it keeps the people that are making great or have been making content for the longest always stay at the top rather than let like newer people gain up, because if Twitch drops are happening and I start streaming, there's a low chance that people are going to hop in my stream compared to someone that they can get Twitch drops from. And I don't blame them, because I want to get Twitch drops too. Like, I want to get free stuff. The other thing that annoys me is people always defend like Sea of Thieves about like not having enough content for the Plunder Pass and other things, saying like, oh, it takes a lot of effort to get all these stuff made and things like that. We just talked about how they released 30 rewards for Twitch drops this past weekend. Those rewards could have just been sets inside the game that you unlock either whenever, maybe through events. Like, imagine if Sea of Thieves did something similar to, say, Fortnite, where each day you log in, you could get like a free reward that would just have been one of the things from the Twitch drop set. Like, I feel like there's like a lot of things wrong with the Twitch drops. One, it's a whole different company from Rare and Xbox/Microsoft. You're trusting Amazon and Twitch, so you have to make an account with them if you want to get stuff exclusive into the game. And I know there's several people that I've talked to that, they might not be old enough to do Twitch drops. They might not know how to make a Twitch account. They might not even know about any of these stuff, but they keep seeing and they want this stuff. I think these Twitch drop rewards, the time they spend making all these cosmetics, could be put to better use instead of just say, hey, watch this stream for 15 minutes and pop off. Any thoughts?
Like, I don't know if it's because they have some type of contract with Twitch and Amazon or what, but I feel like if they did it where you log in, it gives you an incentive to play the game more. Because I play Animal Crossing on my phone, and they have daily rewards. You log in once a day, you get a reward. And trust me, that shit works, because I've been playing that game every day for the past 2 months. And, like, I feel like Sea of Thieves would get their numbers up if they actually did something like that. Because cosmetic making, it's not easy, though. You have to put a lot of design and code into that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just find it weird when it could be put to better use where more people could get access to these rewards. I'm not saying, like, no, stop doing Twitch drops completely, but they spend a lot of time doing the Twitch drops.
Yeah, I feel like they could nerf it just a little bit. Maybe it's like Twitch drops are like, you make something that's completely only to Twitch, but then also you have the drops that you make for the game.
Well, that's what they kind of have already. My problem is like, we don't really see too many sets get added to the main game. We had 2 this season. That was like more than we usually get, I think. But we have like several sets that have been with Twitch drops, and we usually get like one set of Twitch, like whole set of cosmetics for Twitch drops each season now, and we get like a little bit each month. That's cool and everything, but I would have rather seen them be part of weekly challenges or something. Like, what if instead you just take the rewards you have for Twitch drops, and then each week you do a challenge, and you get that reward.
That would make more sense, because you have to play the game. Like, I think it's weird how you get stuff for the game without playing the actual game.
Yeah, I get annoyed because, like, I get Rare is trying to support, like, the streamers and stuff, but it's only, like, I don't know what the percent is, but, like, let's just say, like, the top 10% of streamers, because they don't, the games can choose whether or not they make it so that anyone that's streaming that particular game does the Twitch drops, or they make it only select people. Sea of Thieves typically only does select people that can do the Twitch drops, and it's always the Sea of Thieves partners. So that's what annoys me, because it's such a high threshold to get into that program.
Yeah.
That it just feels like it's like the saying, the rich get richer type of thing. And like the little guy isn't able to make it. And I know this is gonna come out like later, people are gonna probably look at this like, oh, he's just complaining. And I am complaining, but it's more like criticism, because I'd rather more people have access to these rewards rather than just like go and inflate someone's numbers artificially.
Like, let's say like you're one of someone's favorite streamers. I honestly think people would rather watch their favorite streamer stream instead of, like, I don't know, the equivalent to the Mr. Beast of Sea of Thieves. Like, I don't like watching his videos that much, but that dude has a lot of stuff because of his partners and contracts.
Yeah. And the other thing that we haven't mentioned, I don't know if you know this, but Sea of Thieves gives all of its partners, like, just a bunch of different codes, whether it's Ancient Coin codes, or they have the Obsidian 6-pack codes, and all sorts of other codes that they're just given to these streamers or content creators in general, to, like, give out to their audience. And I think that's great. I don't know why you need that and Twitch drops, because that just seems like a lot of effort put into making cosmetics that only a select people would get, rather than putting it into the main game.
Yeah. Maybe that's why people, like, they like Sea of Thieves, but they don't play the actual game.
Yeah. And I don't know, I think Sea of Thieves would do a little bit better if they took those cosmetics and put it in the game, because, like, I think more people would probably hop in the game if they're like, oh, there's a little weekly challenge going on that if I do this, I get this sale this week, or I get the figurehead, or whatever. And it could just be like a new season thing. It'd be the same amount of work that they're doing, just you unlock these cosmetics a different way than normal.
I feel like, and like, it's a daily reward for like the 1 week. And like, let's say days 1 through 3, you get like 1,000 gold. And then you get like maybe 10 doubloons, and then the big prize is like you get a cosmetic, like, woo. And it feels like playing the game is kind of paying itself off.
Yeah, I think it would also like work well with the season pass in general, because one of the things they were trying to do with the season pass is make it so that you felt like you were accomplishing something with your time spent. But you don't really have to work at all for the season pass. So like if they just made like these weekly challenges where you can get like one like cool exclusive cosmetic for playing that week, but it takes a little bit more effort than just like hopping in and doing like whatever you want, I think that would be kind of cool to see.
Yeah. But don't know. Gotta see. I don't know
Yeah.
if Rare actually even listens to this type of feedback.
I don't know. We'll see how many episodes it takes for Rare to listen to this podcast, I guess.
Yeah, like, come on. Come on, we love this game.
Come on.
Just
Come on, Rare.
make it more enjoyable. We love it, but like, make us love it more.
Like and subscribe, Rare.
What?
Alright, so let's hop back a bit. When do you think Season 6 will release? Or when do you think this content that they tease will release, I should say? Because, while I think this is going to be Season 6 stuff, we don't really know if this is going to be something that is added in the middle of Season 5, or waited till Season 6. What do you think?
Honestly, they're gonna drop it at like the very end of Season 5. Just not all of it, but maybe just a little bit, just like a teaser amount.
Yeah.
So that way you're looking forward to the launch of Season 6, and it's like building up hype for it. Like, you're building the suspense, and then you give a little like, hey, here's Flameheart Jr. Have a little fun with that, and then boom, 2 weeks later, Season 6 drop.
I could see maybe like in the last month of Season 5, we have like an event that deals with Flameheart. Maybe Flameheart is like getting forces ready and the Pirate Lord is recruiting you to kind of like try to stop him. I don't know. I could see them trying to build up to it in some sort of like in-game event. Because the weird thing with this teaser is that if you're not on Twitter and on Twitch, you have no idea what's going on. You have not seen any of this.
It's true. It's very like, cause I don't use Twitter. I only know what goes on in Twitter because of you. Like, you send me all the stuff and I watch it, and I'm like, dang, I would have not known about all these giveaways and all these Twitch drops going on if it wasn't for you because you're on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't even use it that much. I mainly just have it so that I can stay up to date with Sea of Thieves and other news. But I don't know. I feel like Sea of Thieves puts so much effort into some of the stuff they do, but at the same time, like, it doesn't show up in the game. Like, this event was really big, and they could have done something like, I don't know, you could have just had it show up on this, like, home screen when you walk into the... Not when you walk in, but, like, when you're choosing which game mode to select. They have, like, a whole news section. They could have posted it there, but they didn't. I never saw it whenever I got on the game. I just find things like that a little weird. Like that, the Twitch drops that we talked about earlier. It feels like they put all this effort into these kind of things, but then we look for it in-game, and there's, like, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's just something, I don't know, like, game is good, marketing, they're working on it, but like, get wrecked, get a little bit better, bro.
Alright, so in general, what do you think of, like, these kind of events? Would you want to see something more like this in the future, or do you like more, like, clear-cut, like, hey, this is what's coming, or hey, we're doing these Twitch drops this day, this is what you can unlock? Or do you like the mystery aspect of this whole thing?
I mean, you know me, I don't like surprises. I appreciate the aspect of it, like, hey, we're doing this, but you don't know when.
Yeah.
But, like, it's fun, I think. But I feel like if they keep doing it at like this, it's gonna get kind of boring. So I feel like they're doing it as a mix on purpose.
Yeah. I think the only complaint I really have about this whole event was the Twitch drops. I feel like people were so worried about making sure they got their Twitch drops that they kind of lost the fun of the whole, like, ooh, what's happening? What's with this whole mystery? I think I would have almost rather them have just focused on the lore aspect and just, like, drop little teasers in between them doing all the, like, the raiding and stuff. And maybe have one Twitch drop each day, or not even worried about the Twitch drops. But then again, I don't think people would have watched it if there wasn't Twitch drops. So, I get why they did it.
Yeah, when you look at it from their perspective, you understand why, but from the player's perspective, you're also just like, why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just food for thought.
Yeah. I feel bad. We had a whole completely different show planned for this week with different topics, mainly focused on Pirate Legends and stuff, which we'll probably talk about next episode. So I don't really know what else to talk about. And if anyone's in the chat, if they want to leave comments below, like, and whatever questions they have, I haven't seen any come through, I don't think. But is there any thoughts that you have left on the events we've had? We have the Festival of Giving going on too this right now, so I don't know if you have any thoughts on that either.
I mean, AI asked earlier, like way earlier in the stream, do you think the lantern works like a crystal ball?
The way that they're showing it, yes. But I don't know if it'll stay like a consistent thing throughout the lore of the game. I think it was just for this season, just because you can unlock this cosmetic in-game. I honestly think like they could have done anything. They could have done like a cursed cannonball or whatever. I think the reason they went with the snow globe lantern is because it was in the free pass and they wanted to kind of hype that up a bit.
Cute. That's cute, I'll give it that. But like, after thinking about it, I was like, you know, I wasn't thinking about it before. Like, is it gonna work like a crystal ball? But I'm kind of like, dang, I'm gonna be disappointed if it doesn't.
No, I don't think it will. But
Dang.
it would be cool if we saw it do something with, like, you could do something with it in Season 6. Like, maybe if you're using that lantern in whatever, like, quest or tall tale this is gonna be, maybe it will, like, do the magic orb thing that we saw before in the Twitch stream. I don't think that's gonna happen, though, because, wow, they focus on a pass reward when they have a whole new season's pass and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
For the surprises, man.
For the surprise, I mean, last season we had a pretty good surprise with the Wanda Spyglass, where you look through that and it shows like the ghost as if they were living now. I don't think we'll have anything like that this season. I can't remember what the Pirate Legend reward is for the tier 100. I don't know if you happen to remember, Yuna. I only really cared about the Merrick's Tankard because I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I still want it. I still gotta get to Pirate Legend.
Yeah. And one interesting thing we found out about Pirate Legend is if you had gone to a certain level in another season, we believe that you get the rewards for Pirate Legend whenever you reach Pirate Legend later on. So say if you were in Season 2, you got to level 100, but you weren't Pirate Legend yet, if you became Pirate Legend today, those rewards would be in your account. Because Brayden, also known as Flashy for those that watch the stream, he got the Pirate Legend recently when Season 5 started, and he had all the rewards from Season 4 that were Pirate Legend. So I thought that was an interesting that we found out, and I thought it wasn't like enough to make a video on or anything, but enough that I thought it'd be good to share with y'all right now. Alright, well, if we don't have any other like questions or comments or anything, I guess we should go ahead and end this. You have anything else left to talk about, Yuna?
A comment about, you know, the Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, and I was just like, don't spoil it for people who haven't watched it.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the community post, I actually am planning to make a like whole video where I talk about it going deep into spoilers and stuff, so that'll be a separate episode of Tavern Talk that comes out in like a few days. So keep a lookout for that. I'm gonna go really in depth in it. I have some mixed feelings on it, and I'm sure I'm probably gonna get a little bit of hate for some of my thoughts on the movie, but in general I really liked it. So I'm curious to see what happens. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end this episode. Thanks for all those that hopped in and watched with us and hung out for a bit. And we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.